Katherine?
Thanks, Ava. We are here at the Arboretum as they are preparing for their Fall Fest, which will be so fun. Here in State College, as well as all over Pennsylvania, we've been feeling the impacts of this warm autumn as well as the drought. But local farms are feeling it in a different way. Now, to ensure that your Christmas trees and pumpkins stay in tip-top shape this season, make sure to keep them in a cool and dry environment. Now we're going to weather with Filippo. Country Place Park is more than just a walking ground. It's also the home of a stray cat population. All these pumpkins behind me are likely to rot faster with this hot weather, but that's not the only effect that will happen here at JB Tree Farm. All of these Christmas trees will be feeling effects as well.
Reporter Katherine Schreiner is live at a polling location on Penn State's campus. Katherine?
Thanks, Jaden. We are here at the hub and polls are open. Now, there's no line at this time, but there was a line just about 10 minutes ago, so there's more of a turnout than we were expecting. Now, let's take a look at who is on the ballot. Now, polls close at 8 p.m. tonight, like we said earlier. If you haven't turned in a mail-in ballot, make sure to make your way to the polls. Live from Penn State, I'm Katherine Schreiner. Now back to you in the studio. Today, elections are not just on the state level, but apply to the municipal level as well. This includes things from school board elections, to county judicial branches, to local councils. Noah, the issue is about whether news can appear in the printed student newspaper at Indiana University in Bloomington. The Indiana Daily Student is fighting back after the university first blocked what could be included, then shut down print production altogether. In a new twist to this story, Indiana University has now announced a task force on the independence and sustainability of the newspaper. The group will include faculty, students, and alumni, along with experts in journalism, business, and law. I'm Katherine Schreiner reporting. Back to you. Censorship of student journalism has already occurred at Indiana, and it gives a warning to other schools. In the month of August, only 22,000 jobs have been generated, which is a large decrease from the August 2024 report of 142,000 jobs. At this time, there is no timeline set for this project, but the next project is soon to be on the way. Across this weekend, over 370 people crossed this start line and the finish line, and it's all for the Jana Marie Foundation. Hello and welcome to In Focus, our weekly community report broadcasted from the Donald P. Belisario television studios at University Park. I'm Katherine Schreiner. Today, we'll take a close-up look at the impact microplastics are having on local agricultural fields. Here's my report. Thrifting King founder and owner Corey Steinruck has been a vendor for Pop-Up Ave for the past 2 years. With a store over in Plaza Center Antiques in Bellefonte, he made the drive to State College to show off his 1970s to Y2K thrifted looks at Brad and Andrea Grosnick's biannual event, Pop-Up Ave.
I just, heard all about it, and I thought it was a great opportunity to expand and grow local businesses here in the area. And I think Brandon and Andrea did a great job finding great artists, great curators, everything else like that for our local community.
Steinruck found this event last year and decided to take his small business and showcase it.
So I think it's really great that we're using this opportunity with the students here at school to really expand in Center County and not just in State College.
Pop-Up Ave actually made its debut almost a decade ago in 2016 after co-founders, the Grosnicks, moved here from New York City. They noticed that, unlike anywhere they had lived, Center County lacked flea market-style events for local business.
For like one day, twice a year, we can bring in a certain kind of retail, and it seems like to be really enjoyed by the community.
Nearly 10 years later, Pop-Up Ave has grown with the same community that's been enjoying it. Today's 45-vendor event is located on South Allen Street, but that was not always the case. For multiple years, it was on South Fraser Street, and even before that, it was where the Maxon now stands. More vendors from all over Pennsylvania, including Philly, Harrisburg, and Pittsburgh, come to the Grosnicks event. Not only does the event boost sales for each vendor, but it introduces businesses to a new audience of students and year-round residents.
We wouldn't do it if the community didn't show up, but we have about 3,000 people show up every time we do this, walking through, buying stuff.
In State College, I'm Katherine Schreiner for the Center County Report. Newsstands remain empty days after the print editions of Indiana University's student newspaper were cut by the school's administration. That followed the firing of student media director Jim Rodenbush after he refused an order to keep news stories out of a homecoming edition.
Yeah, it's chilling, right? Particularly, they fired me on a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday they just canceled all print products.
The escalation came as a shock to Rodenbush, who previously worked at Penn State and served as a news advisor for the Daily Collegian. The IU controversy has ignited a national debate over censorship and student journalists' First Amendment rights. The university says it wants to shift resources from print media to digital platforms, both for students' educational experience and to address the paper's financial problems. Rodenbush said he was part of a meeting about IU's directive to stay clear of news stories in the homecoming print edition.
That meeting is what I would call volatile. A particular administrator from the media school came at me pretty hard, and that's when I first really focused in on the idea of what you're asking me to do amounts to censorship of the paper.
His termination letter later cited a lack of leadership and the ability to work with the university's direction. At Penn State, digital, print, and broadcast news are all available for students through student media. The university's paper, the Daily Collegian, where Rodenbush spent 3 years, cites its editorial independence from the university, although it does receive funding from Penn State. Rodenbush says there has been a clear line when it comes to news coverage.
Student journalism is not a business partnership with the university. Student journalism, among the many things that you were doing, is covering the university.
Rodenbush also says that student journalism is essential.
I would encourage everyone to, first of all, keep doing it because we need people, right? We in order for it to survive, we need people that are willing to take on that fight, willing to do that work.
In State College, I'm Katherine Schreiner for the Center County Report.
Other course.
Penn State Athletic Director Patrick Kraft there on making the tough decision to change the football team's leadership at the very top. Good afternoon, I'm Katherine Schreiner.
And I'm Ryan Patterson. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report.
Former State College Police Chief Tom King has been appointed as the interim head of the Ferguson Township Police Department, following the retirement of Lieutenant Daniel Lewis. Tom King will be the third interim chief of the Ferguson Police Department since September 2024, when their former chief, John Petrick, resigned. I'm personally very excited for the cold. I'm sick of the warm, and I'm hoping for a good winter, actual winter this year.
Oh, I'm very glad that fall weather is finally here. So let's go to Patrick Gray with sports.
Meantime, another big focus has been on jobs and unemployment across the state and the nation. A new report from the Congressional Budget Office says jobless rates, inflation, and economic growth are expected to be worse than expected this year before they improve next year. Still to come on the Center County Report, will this stretch of sunny weather continue all week? We'll check the 7-day forecast. A local legend in the State College area has died. Mimi Barish Coppersmith was a businesswoman, a beloved philanthropist, and a community leader for the area for decades. She was 92 years old. She arrived in State College as a Penn State student in 1950 and found Town and Gown magazine in the 60s. Her and her husband also owned an ad agency. I know. I mean, the cloud coverage would be perfect. You don't got to worry about a sunburn. I know I personally worry about a sunburn every game.
It would have been perfect to switch that FIU game with this weekend.
Yes.
It would have been great, that's for sure.
In a historic turn, Hamas has released all 20 living Israeli hostages, and Israel has freed nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners under a U.S.-brokered ceasefire deal. President Trump addressed Israel's Knesset and joined world leaders in Egypt to sign a peace declaration aimed at ending the Gaza war. Officials say the situation remains delicate as international mediators continue efforts to maintain stability in the region. But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend.